So today we have a very special guest with us, Advocate Riya Seth, BLS LLB from Government Law College, Mumbai. She is a practicing lawyer in the Supreme Court of India, Delhi High Court, and various other courts in Delhi. So she will be providing a valuable insights and guidance to all of you in the field of law. So if you are ready, ma'am, we can start the session.
Sure. Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm Great Advocate. I am also from Tilaya, so I'm one of you people. I was one of you people long back. I did my 10th in 2009 and I completed my 12th in 2011. I did my law in 2016, and since then I've been into the profession. Now here we all have joined to have an insight into the profession of law. So if I can just ask by raise of hand, who of you have heard of anyone being a lawyer? Does anyone of you know anyone who's a lawyer or have heard is doing law, or even have heard anyone who wants to become a lawyer? Any idea about law?
Anyone in your close proximity who has worked as a lawyer, or you feel that somebody who is working as a lawyer, you have experience with that person? Anyone?
Raise of hand.
Raise your hand.
An alien topic for you.
In your near proximity, none of you are very lawyer. Your relative or far relative? No.
Acha, someone's father is a lawyer.
Somebody's father is lawyer. I think there is
An activity issue. Hi, Mr. Saurabh, am I audible?
Now you are audible. You are audible.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay. I think there was some connectivity issue on my side. So let's begin with our session today. I'll just be sharing a PPT which I've made for you all so that you can have a visual explanation of what we will be talking about today. I'll be sharing my screen for your convenience. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
All right. So let's begin with why choose a career in law? This is the very basic question that you all might face if you ever want to think of becoming a lawyer, that why law? So let's start with your options that you have once you pursue your class 12th, once you are done with your class 12th. I have been told that I've got students from class 11th, 10th, 11th and 12th who are attending this session. You have various options. You can become a doctor, you can become an engineer, you can become a CA, you can join hospitality and various other avenues that you have. One of them is to become a lawyer. Now, I'll just tell you one thing. You need not have science background, commerce background, or arts background to pursue law. Any background person can do law and become a lawyer, and that's the beauty of this profession. Even if you have done science with bio or maths till your 12th, and you have an inclination towards law, you can always pursue it. You need not think that you should have studied humanities to become a lawyer. No, that's not the case. So coming to law as a career. Before coming to this, let's start. What is law? Now, in this profession, when you enter into a law college, the very basic thing is what is law? So, as I've stated here, law is the official set of rules of a country that regulates behaviors of its citizen and non-citizen. Now, when I say official set of rules, I'll just give you one small example. You guys drive on the road, you guys sit in a bus or sit with your parents or drive basically. You always drive on the left hand side of the road. That's a law that you have to follow. If you drive on the right side, you'll be breaking the law. Obviously, there will be accidents, and also you'll be penalized for it. So these are all set of rules that govern your behavior. Now, coming next to the scope of law, as in, why are we talking about becoming a lawyer? And why you guys are being enlightened upon becoming a lawyer? As far as I remember, you have an ATL lab, right? Where science lab, something of that sort, in which you guys, do experiments and innovate things. This is something a part of your curriculum. So when you innovate, for example, you have just, made a software or you made a programming or anything that you have made on your own, that's absolutely your hard work. Anyone can steal it. Say, for example, you have kept it somewhere in your cloud or in a drive or anything, or you have just uploaded on internet. Others might be able to use it by putting their name on it. How do you protect your rights? Obviously, innovating something is a very big deal, but protecting is also required. So for that, you will need a patent. This is a very technical term. I'm not sure. I don't know whether you guys have heard it or not. 11, 12 is a very basic class. But considering today's generation, I presume you might have heard of it. Similarly, if you do a business, you become an entrepreneur, you need to pay GST. I think GST is something that we often hear, this particular term, GST, every day. घर पे अगर business है, so people are like, मम्मी पापा बात कर रहे हैं, अच्छा GST filing करनी है, GST pay करना है. So for this, you need to know the law. Now, if you enter into a business with someone else, you need to execute contracts. If you have a business name, like for example, ABC and Company or whatever it is, you need to have a trademark to protect your name. वरना पता चला कल को कोई और इंसान उसी नाम से अपना बिजनेस खोल दिया, आपका गुडविल ले गया. ये सारी चीजें कहाँ से आती है? All these things are covered in law. Very technical. Suppose you write a song, or you write a script, or you write a book. You need to protect the contents of all those things. You have copyright. अगर आप कोई प्रॉपर्टी खरीदते हो, you need to have documents. You need to have documents verification. Very basic. 10th 12th के बाद आप पढ़ाई कंप्लीट करोगे, आप जॉब करोगे, आपकी इनकम होगी, यू विल हैव टू पे टैक्सेस. ये सारी चीजें, all of these things has law in it, and for all these purposes you have lawyers, and that's what you will become. If you pursue law, you will become a lawyer and you will know all these things at tip of your hands, and you will guide people, you will assist people in making their life easier. So, and not to forget, if you have any dispute, any grievance, किसी भी तरह का आपसी जो भी आपका dispute है, that needs a resolution, and that resolution is not provided, but you get assistance in getting that resolution through a lawyer, and that's where the lawyer comes into picture. Being in school, you might not have had the opportunity or there's not even any such kind of requirement to meet lawyers. I mean, students को lawyers से मिलने की कोई ज़रूरत वैसे नहीं पड़ती है. But once you enter into the professional life, that's what you all are doing in school. You are preparing yourself to enter into a professional life. Once you do that, you will either need lawyer or you can become one. Now coming to how to become a lawyer. For a law course, we have two options. One is 5 years law course and the other is 3 years law course. The 5 years law course is an integrated program which gives you a graduation as well as a law degree. And the 3 years law course is what you do once you already have a graduation. Like for example, if after doing 12th, you have done your engineering or you have done your CA, CS, a graduation, still you can pursue law, and that's another beauty of this profession. Nothing stops you from becoming a lawyer. There are doctors who changed their profession and became lawyers. There are engineers who quit their job and became lawyers. You have politicians who are lawyers because that obviously gives them an edge. They know the law, they know how the system works. So coming to the 5 years integrated course, that will be useful for you if you want to pursue law immediately after your class 12th. You have LLB courses, BA LLB, BCom LLB, BBA LLB, BSc LLB, and like BLS LLB that I did from GLC Mumbai. These are all the options that you have. These are the graduation options that you can choose along with getting a law degree. Now, this is a career map of the options that you have if you pursue law, which I'll just keep the slide open for a while. You can have a look. You can join judiciary, wherein you become a judge, you become a civil judge, you become a metropolitan magistrate. जो कोडरमा में जो कोर्ट है वहां पे जो जज साहब है उन्होंने जुडिशरी सर्विसेज क्लियर की हैं आज के डेट में जो वो वहां पे जज है. And I need not tell you the kind of reputation, the kind of aura, the kind of perks and the benefits and the respect that a judge gets that can't be compared to anything else. You can always now what happens is once you do law, say suppose you have completed or you are done with your 5 years law course, you broadly have 3 options. First is to enter into judiciary. जैसे आपका IAS IPS का एग्जाम होता है like UPSC, civil services, similarly you have judiciary exams for each state. Secondly, you can get into litigation. Litigation is court practice in which you go to courts. You first of all pass the All India Bar exam. You get yourself enrolled with the Bar Council, and then you are eligible to practice in any court of law across India. And when I say practice, it does not mean that practice will end someday. No, a lawyer, an advocate practices throughout their life. And that profession, that implementation of our advocacy is called practice. And the third option is to become a corporate lawyer, in which you join a company or you join a law firm in which you are enrolled as an, basically, you are employed as an employee. You are not an advocate, but you will always be a lawyer. Now, all these, the career map, as you see in front of your screen, these are all the options that you can pursue once you are done with your law. You can in fact, it's not that you have to stay connected, you have to go to courts. You can, if you have an interest in writing, you can always pursue legal journalism. We have now, there are dedicated legal websites that provide all these law insights on their web pages. So there are various options. It's not just that आपने law किया है तो आपने court जाना है and court में तारीख पे तारीख मिलेगी. That is not how it works. That's completely Bollywood advocacy. That's not what happens. There are various venues, there are various options available, and within this small three-letter word law, you have a plethora of options which you can pursue, and each and every option that you can see on the screen is connected to law and will open various doors for you. Now coming to the next slide, the colleges that you can apply for if you want to do law. Now there are 26 NLUs and there are various other law colleges as well. You have NLSIU, that's National Law School of India University at Bangalore. You have Nalsar, Hyderabad, West Bengal NUJS, National University Delhi, National University Jodhpur. Then there are others, RMNLU, NLU Odisha, and as I told, there are 26 national universities. There's an NLU in Ranchi also. And when you talk about other law colleges, these are not the national law universities, but these are equivalent and equally good law colleges across India, which includes Government Law College Mumbai, you have Symbiosis Law College, you have Amity Law College, Jindal Global Law School, ILS Pune, in IP Law College in Delhi, and you even have BHU in Banaras. So there are various law colleges across India which you can apply for if you want to do law as a career option. Now we come to the entrance exams. The most famous entrance exam for law is CLAT, Common Law Admission Test, for all these 26 NLUs. Now there are other law colleges who also acknowledge the CLAT score and give you admissions on the basis of that. Next you have LSAT, that is an all India law entrance test. There are various private law colleges in India which admit students on the basis of LSAT score. You have MHCET, that is Maharashtra Common Entrance Test. This includes all the government law colleges located within Maharashtra, which includes GLC Mumbai also. I am an alumnus of that. Next is SLAT, which is Symbiosis Law Admission Test. Symbiosis College, as you all might have heard, has I think 2 or 3 campuses, and they use SLAT scores for admission in their law faculty. These all that I am telling you are all 5 years integrated law colleges, and all these entrance exams will get you admitted to the 5-year integrated law courses. Now coming to the syllabus of these entrance exam. The syllabus keeps on changing with respect to the content of it, but the headings remains the same, obviously. So we have logical reasoning. These are the topics that you will have to study beyond what you are studying for your class 12 syllabus, because not I don't remember, because we didn't have logical reasoning as part of our course when I was in class 10th or 12th. So this is something you will have to, walk an extra mile to learn. The logical reasoning, legal aptitude, all these topics require an additional amount of time that you need to dedicate if you want to appear for these exams. Next is current affairs, including general knowledge. Now, this is one thing that I've always been told when I expressed my desire to become a lawyer, that you should always be thorough with current affairs. Current affairs, as in, you need to read the newspapers, you need to build a habit of reading newspapers, and you should all know what are the general knowledges. The books that we read include jo MCQs and all those general knowledge questions do come useful to you, because those questions will be asked in your CLAT, LSAT, MHCET, or any other entrance exams. Next is English. English is something that you need to be thorough with. I would personally recommend you to read the passages and complete the, grammar, understand the basic grammar of it. You can always refer to Run and Martin for your grammar knowledge. And also, I'm like, the class 12th English, 10th English is quite sufficient for the entrance exam scores. Next is the quantitative techniques. These are basically the maths, the equations, all those up to class 12th. Excuse me. Sorry. And next, as I told you, legal aptitude. These will be the questions that you need to, walk an extra mile, refer the previous year question papers to get a hold of the kind of questions that are being asked. Sorry. So now these are the broad timelines. Now, what I have also seen is CLAT opened its application timing way back in July 23. And their last date of submission of applications for this 2024 session is already over. And the exams is on 3rd. Now, these data that I have on my screen, I took a screenshot from the official websites. So I'm presuming they are correct. Next, we have the LSAT deadlines, which are yet to happen. The registration began in August 2023, but it closes till in January 24. That's 10th of January. In the event the 12th want to apply, they can always still apply under this exam. Now you can see all the deadlines that are on the screen. Now the good thing about LSAT is it happens twice a year. So there's one in the January, there's one in the month of January, there's another in the month of May. Next is MHCET and SLAT. Now these are the 4 exams that I had put in my slide, and that's why I've shared the timelines of those exams only. In case if you want to know about any other exam, you can always reach me, or you can even Google at your own. Everything is available online. As you can see, Symbiosis is yet to even announce the exam date, yet to even announce the application form, while CLAT is already done with everything. So this is a very competitive time, and if you want to pursue any profession, be it medical, CA, engineering, law, you have to be thorough, you have to be ahead of everyone else. And you students, I must say, are privileged to have a career counseling session, because we never had when we were kids. We had no clue what to do, how to do. We didn't even have internet. We did have internet, but not very easily accessible. Those were the times when we had 1 GB of data for 1 month. So you can understand the kind of restrictions we had. But you students are very well blessed that you have access to such things. You have such amazing faculty. You have such good mentors around you to guide you for any option that you want to pursue after your class 12th. So that brings me to the end of the session. That is wherein we discussed why law. Wherein we decided whether we want to do law. I gave you the pros of pursuing a law. Then I shared the entrance exam schedule, the syllabus, the colleges. Now, the last part is to study for it, which obviously you will have to do on your own, or obviously join coaching classes, which is something that's going on a lot nowadays. And once you clear your law degree, you are a lawyer. So that was a very brief and crisp session. Hope you guys understood what I was trying to convey. In case if you have any queries, we can have a Q&A session now. I'll just Mr. Saurabh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so we are done with the session. We can, if there are any questions that the students needs to ask.
One student is there, ma'am, with a query.
Sure.
Ma'am, my question is that what stream should we take after 10th standard for a law?
Thank you for your question. As I have stated, there is no hard and fast rule whether you need to have science or commerce or arts to pursue law. It's absolutely your choice. If you have decided to become a lawyer and you have an interest in accounts, you can always pursue commerce and go for law. Or you have still have an inclination in science and you like chemistry or physics or bio, you can always go for science and then pursue law. Now, if you do not want to go into engineering or CA or CS, which will obviously, and if you still take science and commerce, this will consume more of your time for studying. And in that case, you can take arts or humanities as it is offered in various other schools, so that you have sufficient time to do coaching as well for the law entrance exam. Because I'm presuming that if you take science in your 11th and 12th, the syllabus gets a bit tougher for your 12th exams, and you have to dedicate more time in your course syllabus to be able to clear your 12th board exams. So you might not have that much of time and energy for your law entrance exam, and you might need to take a drop for that. So, in order to avoid that, you can always take humanities as an option, provided you are fond of history and pol science as a subject. I took humanities in my 12th. I did my 10th and then I came to Delhi. I took humanities. I had English, pol science, history, economics, and mathematics as my subjects. Only 5 subjects I took for my 12th. And then I got into a law college on the basis of my class 12th marks. But unfortunately, that system has ended, and now you have entrance exam for everything. So, yeah, I hope I answered your question.
Ma'am, what is the role of ma'am bar association in advocate?
Sorry. Role of bar association in advocate.
Yes, ma'am.
So, what you're talking about is the Bar Council of India.
Yes, ma'am. Bar Council of India.
So, what happens? Sorry.
Ma'am, if the advocate get ma'am the registration of the bar, that I am asking for.
So, what happens is once you are done with your law, you get a degree from your college, and you don't want to get into the employer employee part of it. Like, you don't want to go into a job in which you will be an employee. So, what you do is, first of all, you get yourself enrolled as an advocate in Bar Association of India. The Bar Association of India maintains a registry of all the advocates that are there in India. For that, you have to first qualify the All India Bar Exam, AIBE. That happens every year. The Bar Council of India hosts it. And once you clear that, you have 1 year of time. So what happens is, say you have graduated in 2023. Okay. You have 1 year of time from 2023 to 2024 to clear the bar exam, AIBE exam, and then you can get yourself a permanent enrollment in the Bar Council of India, and you are free to practice as an advocate anywhere in India. And now that is the advocate part of it. But if you want to go into a job in a company as a in-house counsel where you are an employee, you should not appear and enroll yourself with Bar Council, because that is not allowed.
And ma'am, what is the difference between a barrister and advocate?
Between a barrister. Now, barrister is a term that is used, basically, it's a colonial term used by the Britishers. Over here, what we have is a lawyer who has a law degree, anyone, be it an in-house counsel, be it a practicing CA, be it anyone who is not into the profession but still has a degree, a law degree, that person is a lawyer. But if you enroll yourself with the Bar Council of India, you become an advocate. That is when you are allowed to practice in the courts.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Anybody to ask any question? To ask any question, anyone else? On right, please know something. I will use the opportunity, please ask something. He is here, answer all your queries. Must have at least some question to ask, right? Think of a few questions. You can ask how to be a successful lawyer or advocate. Think of a few questions like this. Come up with this. Please, 2 or 3 of you. Riya, on their behalf, I would like to ask this question that in case, like you said, the student has to must opt for humanities in order to avoid all kind of perplexities and complexities, right? The point is, in case if somebody is willing to do it from science or commerce, what would be your advice? Like, how should one study or how should one approach this particular exams?
See, thank you for your question, sir. The thing is, as I've told you, the beauty of law as a profession is that you need not have a specific background in your 11th and 12th. Even if you do commerce, you can always go for BBA LLB. You can always switch to BA LLB because the 5 years integrated course gives you a graduation along with a law degree. So it's a 2-in-1 option that you have. So even if you take science, you like science, you love the subjects, and you have an inclination in law, you can always study science in your 12th and still go for law exams. That's absolutely fine. I have so many friends who had science as their 12th and they entered into law and they are doing as good as anyone else. So it makes no difference. And especially say if you have an inclination towards the accounts, if you're good at accounts, you're good at BST and everything in your 12th and you do law, you can always, you will always have a clear background when it comes to tax laws, because tax laws is something that's always in demand. Understanding the calculations, the mathematical aspect of the law, GST provisions, and all these things, you will always have an edge because your concept is clear. कंपनीज एक्ट में शेयर ट्रेड होते हैं और शेयर, ये सारी चीजें जो कंसेप्ट होती है, बिकॉज आपने 11th-12th में कॉमर्स पढ़ा हुआ है, आपका कंसेप्ट क्लियर रहेगा तो आपको ज्यादा इजी होगा वो लॉ समझने में. सिमिलरली अगर आपको साइंस ज्यादा पसंद है, देन यू कैन always, you'll have an edge over the say there's the laws relating to the medical world, because even if you are a doctor, you have to follow a set of laws. So you will always know those background. आपका background हमेशा clear रहेगा अगर आप कोई और science या commerce लेके भी law करते हो. So that's absolutely the choice of the students, or the options that the school offer. You can always choose anything that you like. And while people are thinking of questions, I'll just say one thing. See, even if you want to pursue law as a career after 12th, the thing is you have to study. And remember, English is very important. You have to have an edge over English. You have to you have to understand the passages. You have to be very quick in answering questions, because all the laws now, all the laws are in English. Majority of the schools, they teach in English, and you have to have great communication skill for that. And secondly, you need to have a logical reasoning very clear. You need to understand, because law is all about interpretation. You need to be able to read. बहुत पढ़ना पड़ता है, no doubt, but if you have interest पढ़ने में, you will develop interest and you will enjoy doing it. And Baki, I'll just suggest that please, you all have smartphones, I presume. हर किसी के पास फोन है, मे बी आप लोग हॉस्टल में दे के रखे हो. डू यू हैव अ क्वेश्चन? ओके. आप सबके पास स्मार्टफोन्स है. जब आपको टाइम मिले, प्लीज गूगल एंड चेक द लॉ सिलेबस, चेक द एग्जाम्स. यस प्लीज. आई एम सॉरी. यस, आप बताओ. आप म्यूट हो, सॉरी.
But is there any provision that a common person can fight in court case without a degree of law?
Without what?
Degree of law.
Can a common person fight a court case without a degree of law? Is that your question? Thank you for your question. Yes, a common person can do so. And we have this concept of party in like wherein the private parties, they appear before the court and fight their case. But again, I'll tell you, अगर आप कोई काम एक प्रोफेशनल से करवाओगे और खुद करने जाओगे, उससे फर्क पड़ता है. अगर अभी आप खुद अपना टैक्स भरने लग जाओगे और आप किसी इनकम टैक्स लॉयर या किसी सीए से करवाओगे, तो एक डिफरेंस आएगा. सिमिलरली जब आप अपना केस खुद लड़ने जाओगे, तो बिकॉज यू डोंट नो द लॉ, आप अपना केस लॉ समझने में लग जाओगे. सो इट्स ऑलवेज रिकमेंडेड, एंड it's not a very common practice, though it happens. Supreme Court में mostly I've seen people coming in person and arguing their case, but those are the people who are mostly very well versed with the facts and the law because उनका वैसा background रहा है. So that's a very risky and a very challenging task to do, but people do it. Yes.
Riya, I think we can conclude this session. I think it has been a wonderful session from your side. And I think we had an enlightening, we have got enlightening. The facts, the colleges, the syllabus, the way you have told us about what are different examination, how one should approach this examination. I think it has obviously generated interest among our students. And we are really very much thankful to you that you took out your precious time to come with us and let us know about it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for having me here. And it's always a pleasure to do this career counseling for students of Grizzly Vidyalaya. And after the session, many students come up and tell me, like, they want to do law, they want to pursue law, they seek advice. And it feels great to be able to help students to have clarity in their career path. Thank you so much.